It's Jamie, the marketing director here at Blanchard and Calhoun, for another episode of Voices of Real Estate. Today, we've got Dustin from Southpaw Roofing. How are you?
Good.
Good. Doing well. Well, I appreciate you joining us today.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Okay, so we're going to talk all about roofing, Southpaw, and just kind of all the things.
Sounds good. I'm
Okay.
here for it.
Perfect. So let's start off with, tell us a little bit about Southpaw, how the name came up, how it was created. Tell us all the things.
Yes, so me and my business partner, David, we both played baseball and after high school, and we're both left-handed. So many moons ago, after I graduated, so to go back a little further, my junior year, sophomore summer of college, I ran into him, and he trained me while I was still playing, and he was here rehabbing he was playing, I think, AA or AAA somewhere. Anyways, his wife's from North Augusta, so he was here rehabbing, and so he trained me for the whole summer. Lost connection for 2 years because I was still, gone, and came back. I transferred, ran into him after I graduated at the Augusta Mall. Said, "Hey, you want to come work with me?" And I literally, it was that summer when I graduated, so I was still trying to figure out my way, and the rest is history. So he was building, and then I started roofing, and I don't know how many years later we changed the name to Southpaw to kind of reflect us a little bit more, and the rest is history. Here we are now, 17 years later.
That's wild.
So, yeah.
So he was already building.
Yeah, so he went and worked with his father-in-law.
Gotcha.
And, they were building and kind of roofing at the same time, and so that's when I came on. I went straight to roofing, and he stayed building because that was kind of the way things were back then, and we stopped building, I don't know, maybe 8-9 years ago, and strictly went roofing, and it's been great since. So
Okay, so I guess the advantage of someone working with you guys is you've done it.
yeah,
You've been up there, you know what it takes. You guys have the education and experience too.
yeah, it's come a long way since we first started. It was just me, actually roofing, and we had one crew, and we did two roofs a week, and now we're trying to do 25 a week. So it's crazy how times have changed. So
That's wild.
thanks to you guys.
Well, we try, right?
But,
So you guys started, and it was just you two kind of doing it.
yeah,
And then now how many people do you have working?
I think we have 16. So we got the place here, and then we opened about 4 years ago in Charleston. We have a really good staff there. It's grown tremendously, and it's continuing to grow. So it's a lot bigger market than it is here, obviously, but it's been great.
So speaking of the markets, how different are they as far as product, needs, all of that?
It's different because each city's kind of different in Charleston versus
Sure.
Augusta. Augusta, I'm from here. I know a lot of people. So I've been, I guess when I started all the networking and stuff I did with the real estate world, and it's just been a continued growth. But down in Charleston, we're still trying to touch new faces, and there's just so many more people there. So it's a lot harder, and the logistics is a lot harder, the traffic. So it makes things a lot tougher. So we've had to try to go through those things, yearly. So try to figure out new ways of making it work. So, but it's been good. So.
And I would assume that, I know nothing about roofs, right?
Yeah.
But I would assume environmental changes are also playing a part in kind of what you guys have to do there with it being close to the water.
So the hurricane stuff is obviously the big deal there,
Sure.
and how we roof, especially closer to the coastal side. You got to do the price of roofs are a lot more expensive. So because you got to do a lot more things underneath it, just from a code standpoint. So here it's not too difficult. We can get in and get out in a day, so which is nice, but down there it might take a little bit longer. So it's a little different. It's not crazy, but it is a little different. So it's just trying to break the mold.
Are there more or different products down there versus here?
We usually sell the same product, but we just gotta I don't know, build it up a little bit more strength-wise. So,
Gotcha.
a little more protection, stuff like that, just from wind resistance and stuff like
Sure.
that. So,
But you don't see like more tin roofs or something down
you
there?
know, the
Or,
historic side of things you do, obviously, just from, sheer fact of the wind in downtown. Like downtown there's not many shingles compared to metal. We do a lot of metal and a lot of flat roofs down there. So there's a different, what we do here versus there. So I'm trying to get into more of that as we speak. So it's been good.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, that's awesome that you're in 2 different cities. I mean, that's also got to be tough for you guys. I mean, especially with it being you and David. Do you guys spend a lot of time back and
We
forth?
have been spending more time there. At least try to go once a month, maybe a little bit more. Probably the summer we'll go down there a lot more. But just putting our faces, trying to meet and greet, and
Sure.
same thing we do here. But try to get in front of more people. We have a really good GM down there, Robbie Watman, who's he just picked up his family from Augusta, started it down there by himself.
Wow.
With our help, and he's been fantastic. And we got 4, 5, 6 employees down there with him. So it's been good growth, and they love it, and it's been good.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Helene. Like, obviously, that even though we're a year and a half later, we're still seeing a lot of like the effects of it. Like, I've got Kerry Bridges from Georgia Power. He's going to be coming and talking to us about, just kind of their efforts during Helene. I would assume having a roofing business, take us through kind of that journey of when it hit and like your operations afterwards, the timing of everything. Kind of go into a little bit of that for us.
Yeah, so kind of way back when we started this thing together, we built a huge network with, yourselves, real estate world, insurance, anybody and everybody, that where we knew that if something ever happened one day, we could be the first one to be called. And I remember that day, or that night actually, when it happened, I was texting, which I think I lost power very shortly after, but all hands on deck. We brought in all our Charleston staff.
Wow.
It was absolutely insane, as everybody knows, but hopefully that will never happen again.
Right. Knock on wood.
Oh yeah, that's a lifetime thing, I think, but it was absolutely insane, and it took us probably a full year to actually get done with actual hurricane roofs.
Wow.
I mean, we were doing 30, 40 a week, and now you look at it and you can see what happened. I mean, there's still some people out there that are fighting it, but that's from an insurance world.
Right.
So try to stay out of that part of it, but it was insane. So we got it done. I know there was some people that we couldn't get it, but I know they needed it done faster, but we did all we could, and thanks to everybody and their great efforts, we were able to make it work.
So can you take us through a little bit about what that kind of looked like, right? So somebody, obviously your phones were ringing off the hook and they're like, hey, we need a new roof. I mean, did you guys go, all right, we're going to send somebody out there, try to tarp what you could tarp? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, we were actually posted up in a garage with a Starlink. I mean, that was our only phone service. We didn't have anything. So we were all stacked up over there at David's house. Just all hands on deck, tarps in the back of trucks, rolling. And obviously there was a lot more tree damage as well, besides just blowing shingles. So, we actually really did try to get them all tarped up and protect the people and their investments. So we tarped, I don't know how many houses. It was, over 1,000.
Wow.
Sure, just from, just to be protective of the trees. And working with the tree companies, trying to be timed up with them. So it was crazy. I mean, there's no question about it that, we had to go through a lot to get it done. And our biggest battle was shortages of that material. Immediately when that happened, the distribution saw it. Now we have a great rapport. We do a lot of business with who we buy from.
Right.
So they stacked and provided us with what they could. So we never really felt that too much, but the tarps, stuff like that was gone in no time, just from sheer fact of customers buying them too, from Lowe's and Home Depot and all that stuff. So, it is what it is, but we made it work. So
And then being a local company, obviously you're a local name. People know you, like you said, you can go around a room at the chamber or whatever, and people know who you guys are.
Sure.
You guys have great representation in the area, and obviously, like, we always hear great things about you. But, I mean, tell us a little bit about when other companies from, out of town come in. What, what does that just do for you guys?
Well, it makes it a lot harder,
Right.
Especially now, because now we're cleaning up a lot of the mess, and they already spent the money, the homeowner or the insurance company, and now they're not going to get it back, and they're having to come out more money based on what they spent or what they did. So, I always stress, obviously, to stay local, and I know there was a lot of emergencies.
Sure.
With that big of a storm, but if you were able to be patient, being patient was key, because now we're seeing the effects of it, and people not showing back up. Their warranty's gone immediately. When they do the roof, it's over with.
Right.
Obviously that wouldn't happen with us, but so there's a lot of storm chasing companies. That's what they live and die by, and it's a hard business model.
Yeah.
We never entertained it because of that reason. How could we be loyal to the homeowner? So it was tough. It was tough, and it still is. I mean, we get a lot of upset customers, and not necessarily at us, but just sheer fact they made a bad decision or whatever it is, and you feel bad for them. We care about it, and that's what we've built our business on. And so it was tough. It still is. So.
Well, and I'm sure it's also difficult and frustrating for them, right? They're thinking, okay, I'm going with this company who's offering this product. They can get it done quickly, and they're trusting this company. Whereas we kind of know if we call you, if something goes wrong with whatever you guys are doing, you're going to come back, and because you're going to have to see us, day in and day out, which is to an advantage, I guess, to us all locally. Yeah. Was it the ice storm of like where we had a big rush of out of town people?
Big hailstorm in there.
That's right.
So that was on the east side of Augusta, but yeah, that was 4 or 5 years ago, right after COVID, maybe.
Yes, that's right.
And another one that one's still lingering, actually, because that wasn't so much damage from trees. That was just actual shingle work. So those guys just come and left. And so it's a battle. We try to do things like this with you, and then other announcements, across the local area, and then just try to make sure everybody knows, look for these things. Guys that knocking on your doors aren't necessarily in the best interest of you. For you, they're in the best interest for themselves. So, those are the things. Those are the kind of talking points that we kind of deal with on a daily basis. So.
Well, that's part of why we wanted to have you on, right? To just kind of protect. Obviously, I think the CSRA, Greater Augusta area, our community is so unique because we're like a close-knit big town, right?
Absolutely.
And so we always try to protect our own and make sure like people who are moving here or live here kind of have the best of the best, or that they're working with people that they can trust.
That's right. And, we, like me being from here, like it hurts, when people made a decision and didn't go our way. And it's not because they had to or whatever, but when you get that call back, I should have went with you or whatever, it means a lot to us, but we care. We really do care about our customers and,
sure.
and taking care of them. And the same thing with Charleston, we're growing very much there, very fast, and, we try to keep that same model as we have there. So it means a lot to us. We would never try to go another way with it. And, we try to stress that to them when we're in their homes, talking to them and having a rapport with them. And so, yeah, I mean, it's very important. And I know people have a hard time with it, but it matters.
Well, hopefully from, when they hear this, see this, they'll kind of reconsider if they're thinking about using a company that they haven't heard of before, someone who's not local and kind of invested in our community. Right. So let's talk a little bit about insurance changes, right? I know last time you came to one of our business meetings, we just talked about, and I know you guys have no control over that, but just the industry as a whole, having trouble insuring roofs that are like under 10 years old.
That's right.
For you guys, obviously, there's a misconception. I don't know if you want to call it a misconception, that when you have these like lifetime
Yeah.
warranties or tell us kind of a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that just kind of changed within the past 4 or 5 years as well, after the first storm. But obviously now with the way insurance has changed, and the money that's been lost, I'm sure they're trying to figure out ways to make, so the 10-year deal is if your roof is 10 years or older, they want you to replace it. And it's been a real big topic of conversation this past year. It's a lot of battle from us because we try to help the homeowners that we've done, that
Sure.
we get records of, and we try to work with the insurance companies to make sure that, look, they don't really need to need a new roof. And so it's been tough because, you spend $20,000-$30,000, whatever, on a new roof, and you're expected the shingles to last more than 20 years, 25 years, which they do, unless a storm, of course. They don't need a new roof, but the insurance world that's just the insurance world. It changes so much. It's volatile, and we try to work with the adjusters, and we got some good rapport with a bunch of them, especially your local ones.
Right.
And we try to work with them, write letters, do what we can to help the homeowner, but you never know. It's out of our control.
So would you recommend that if let's say a seller or a buyer or someone who just kind of gets this letter from their insurance company that says, hey, you got to replace your roof, for them to call you or someone like you guys to come out and inspect?
Let us inspect it and let us try to fight. I mean, we just I had a call the other day about it. So it's we got it worked out. But writing a letter from a local roofer, someone professional, getting it back to them and discussing, hey, you don't need a new roof. That's the best way to start with it, and then see what happens from there. I mean, you got to prove it, and we don't mind doing it.
Sure.
Pictures, all the things we do. So we'll definitely fight for you on that part, because, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, so I get it,
Right.
So.
Right. And you're in the business. So, I mean, you understand it. Tell me a little bit about how people can, I guess, prolong their roof life, or just make it the best possibility that when it is time for them to have somebody come inspect it, that you guys can go, you know what, this looks good. Let me get you a letter, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so we do offer like a maintenance program.
Okay.
Annually. So we come and do all the 12-point check is what I call it, and kind of like what the automotive world does. So we come in and check everything, penetrations, nails, all the things, to the pine straw, the built up in the valleys, the gutters, all those things that help prolong it. Because if you don't do that, then that's when water can breach, whatever the case may be. So we do offer that, and that'll inspections for a lot of the market. So we just try to help them out as much as we can. So that's the best way to do it. That eliminates issues, especially if you're trying to sell, or if you have an insurance company. Another thing you touched on a while ago, but the insurance companies are actually coming to homes now. They're actually inspecting them without us knowing it, or the homeowner noticing. So that's been a big world with the drones and all that. They don't have to get on the property. So we've noticed that a lot in the past year, and I'm sure that's because of the hurricane. But we've got to figure out the money some way. So that's what happens.
Well, and that's interesting that you bring up like a maintenance plan, but you said yearly, correct?
Yearly. I mean, we live in Augusta, so we have the weather here is it changes so much.
Right.
Pine straw, obviously with the Georgia pines, the leaves and all that built up, and all the other things that backs up in the roofs. So, those are one of the things you got to get rid of. So we do that all the time, especially from property management, or if you're selling or reselling, we'll go in and knock it out real quick to help out. So, those things are important.
That's so interesting. I mean, and it makes sense when you talk about it, right? Like we get our HVAC units and all the other stuff.
That.
Yeah.
I actually pay I think it's $21 a month, and I get 2 checkups throughout the year, but it's in their system. I don't have to worry about it. So it kind of works for us as well. And then the homeowners, they just got peace of mind knowing that they don't have to worry about the roof. I mean, the roof's the most important thing on the house to me.
Right.
So, I mean, it's the investment on the inside. So if it leaks and starts going inside, then okay, you got more problems. So just keeps you from having to worry about it.
And I guess you just don't think about it. I mean, what you
don't
said
think
makes
about it at
sense.
all.
Yeah, you don't think about it because you're just like, oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
It's not something,
Well, who
you
wants
know.
to pay for a roof?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
So if you're not going to pay for them, at least take care of it, and prevent it from being a bigger expense. I mean, when I first started, I think the average roof was like $4 or $5 grand,
Right.
and now I'm 10 to 12.
Wow.
So it's just that much, inflation and all the things. So it just kind of helps.
Well, and I feel like back in the day too, it was like really popular for like people didn't replace their roofs unless there was storm damage, or they were always trying to get, or they assumed the insurance company would pay for them. Right.
Now that the insurance game's changed so much, that's a bigger deal. So, and it is, and it ain't nothing we can do about it. All we can do is help fight it. But if I didn't install it, then it's definitely out of my hands.
Right.
For the most part. So, that's a game changer. So you're right. No one, they waited on a storm, and I get it.
Right.
But it's still your house. So.
Well, and I think Robbie Moore from Blanchard and Calhoun Insurance, I think, or Jamie Felder, also from our insurance company, I think they even mentioned that insurance companies weren't just cutting a check anymore, like, oh, here's 15 grand for you to go replace your roof. It's like, okay, well, this roof is 15 years old, so we're only going to give you X amount.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly.
And so then that person has to figure out how to
come up with it.
It's
prorated now a lot more than ever. The deductibles are a lot higher. I mean, we've even heard from the insurance world, not your side yet, but a couple of others, that there's going to be just policies for roofs only.
Oh, wow.
And that's been in conversation. I'm sure Georgia in itself is looking into it.
Sure.
A lot of people left us last year, the insurance side of things. So you start paying for another policy just for a roof, that's
wild.
another expense. So
Yeah.
I can't believe that one, but
guess we'll see.
I don't make the rules either.
Right. No, that makes sense. And so what would you say to people who, I mean, if they run into an issue and they don't have $20,000 saved up,
Yeah.
what are their options?
Well, if you call us, we have financing
Okay.
options. We'll work with you as much as we can. Inspect it, see if you even actually need it. So we'll do everything we can, come out there and help you, and provide the best price we can to get you through it.
Right.
So,
What would you, do you have any advice for people just in general, things to look for, just some tips and tricks for our public?
yeah, obviously leaks are the number one thing. That's when you notice the most. You got blown up shingles, nails, a lot of granule loss coming off the roof in your gutters. Obviously, no one knows this. Everybody thinks it's a problem, but every rainfall you're going to have granules fall off.
Sure.
That's just nature of the beast. But when you start seeing it heavily and you start seeing a nice shine on your roof from afar, you're getting to the fiberglass, which obviously will leak at some point. So those are the things I look for when I pull up into the driveway. So you see those things, call Southpaw.
Okay.
See if we can help you.
Okay. And for just people in general who maybe don't know anything about roofs, or maybe they're a new homeowner, first time, what are some things or misconceptions you guys run across or people call you about?
Yes, everybody likes to make money, right? But we really do care about the homeowner and their property. We go out all the time, give out inspections, and we tell you whether or not you need a new roof or not. We have no reason to tell you need a roof every single time we go out there.
Sure.
A lot of roofing companies do. Especially, let's say, for instance, after a hurricane, when the inventory of Augusta is down heavily, a lot of people have left. A lot of people are now trying to figure out what we got to do to make money. We still grind. We still try to make it right. We know that something else will come down the road for us, and that's the whole point of being honest and keeping it local, so to speak. So just try to take care of them. We got no reason to tell them otherwise. So
Right.
that's how I look at it. So That's how we built this thing. That's how we've been here for 17, 18, whatever it is now. That's why we've been here that long, and that's the way I want to keep it. So,
Well, yeah, and you guys are definitely a trusted name, and you guys have a lot of people who work with you, who've been with you for a while.
yeah, we definitely don't have turnover. We've had great employees. Heather, our marketing general manager of Augusta, actually, and she does a great job. She's helped us build this thing as well.
So earlier you talked about the maintenance that you guys come out, y'all do, and I feel like you mentioned gutters. Is that correct? Okay, so had no idea you guys even dealt with gutters. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we obviously just roofing, we do a lot of it, but we do gutters as well. They're kind of tied into each other.
Sure.
So cleaning them and taking them down, replacing them, doing whatever, providing gutter guards, whatever it is, that goes with a gutter, we'll do it. It's been a big thing for us, and it kind of helps the homeowner go one-stop shop, get it all done. So windows and siding, it's all tied into each other. So we can do it all. The commercial world, really love doing commercial TPO, stuff like that. So we love doing that, especially downtown. We do a lot of it down here. So and in Charleston, that's a big deal there as well. So just because that's what they build. But
Had no idea you guys did commercial work.
yep, love it. It's easy. We got great guys that do it. And, been doing it a long time, but really making a push on it. So we like it.
That's awesome. Well, one thing I was also going to mention is, obviously I'm super involved in the community.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been to a single event that I haven't seen somebody from Southpaw Roofing there. So you guys are heavily represented. Can you talk a little bit more about what your involvement in the community
Yeah,
is?
our general manager Heather is a big time player in that. Everybody has some sort of networking that we work on a weekly basis.
Right.
I think everyone has to have 5. So it's just something to get us out there, work with the community. Obviously, that's our biggest thing. We support all the baseball teams around town.
Like youth or
Yep.
Yep.
Youth, and we even like the high school teams. I went to Lakeside, so like to support all those guys throughout the city, or the county, I should say. But we do a lot of the youth stuff for sure, because all of our kids are heavily involved in that right now. But yeah, back to the community thing. We all the networks. From all the chamber events, Kiwanis. I know there's like 30.
right.
All the BNIs,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of the BNIs. We try to be heavily involved in it, so everybody knows who we are, and all of our guys get to meet somebody new, weekly. So it's been very, very valuable to us. When I first started doing this, my very first networking group, Mr. Larry Miller, who passed away a few years ago, he was a really good mentor to me, and he always called me. We always just had small talks. We did a lot of things together, but they were very supportive of Southpaw. And then after that, it just kind of went everywhere, because everybody was tied into somebody, whether it's Blanchard and Calhoun, anybody like that. It was awesome. So he was great. And then another key point I forgot to mention to you is like your inspection companies.
Mm-hmm.
We work with them a lot.
Oh, good.
We do classes for them, and we kind of help them, because they always, if you look at the real estate paperwork, it always says find a professional roofer.
Mm-hmm.
So we go back and talk to them as well, and do classes with them and train them on what we see on a daily basis. So it's been good.
Okay, great. Well, why don't you tell everybody how to get in touch with you guys, and then maybe the most important thing you want them to know.
So you can obviously find us on southpawroofing.com. You can call our office, 706-860-6650. All of our Instagram, Facebook stuff, we're heavily involved in that.
Awesome.
We do a lot of that stuff on a daily basis. The most important is honestly, just we believe in the community. We believe in staying local. We believe in taking care of our people. All my staff knows that. We want everyone to know that when we walk in your home, you're going to get our best We're going to take care of you, and when we're done, we want you to be 100% satisfied. So that's our biggest goal, is take care of everybody, and if we're not, we'll make sure we do at the end. So
That's awesome. Well, it's always great, I know, for us to partner with local companies who we know, trust, because being that we're from here too, we want to feel the same way. We want people to, know that we're local and we believe in quality, just like you guys do. So we really appreciate your time today. I know you're super busy going between two cities, but thank you so much for being with us today.
thank you, Jamie. I
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Yeah, no problem.